Hey, Retcon Raider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, with special thanks to Nine Knives, Revenant, Aloise, A Nerd in Warpaint, Dragon Matrix 7, Excelsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., Thomas Piedkowski, and Valenrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3. As today, I believe we're spending a bit of time tying up all the dangling plot threads from what I assume is the first half of the Steeltown saga. We've officially settled the strike, we just need to deliver Crow's demands to Abigail Markham, but we have not at all started dealing with the computation engine stuff or the ghost gang, and they just started throwing that new name at us, Blue. So I assume we've got quite a bit more in store, which will most likely be laid out for us once we check in with Markham. That said, before we jump into that, there are a few other things we should touch on real quick. For example, Newt's mother. It turns out you can save her, but the only way to do it is to encourage Newt to go through the vent the first time you meet her. Which for us was like 6 episodes ago, so I just can't go that far back. Though I was tempted. Aside from that, I should also note that we are not going to talk to Luna Moon, the ventilation tech that we left in one of the storage closets, because that fraternization form, the half of a fraternization form we found, is apparently part of a bonus quest you can do with her, but if you tell her it's all clear, she apparently leaves the game. So I've received multiple warnings to not talk to her again until we find the other half of that form. I've also been told that the thing with relieving Keith is actually tied into Ollie's quest, the guy who assigns odd jobs back in the work assignment room. I would have apparently been told to go meet with Keith if I had talked to him after I had finished the nut tightening thing. So I may have broken it by doing those events out of order, but I guess we'll find out. I'll prioritize chatting with Ollie once we get back up top. And then finally, I apparently missed an important lore document. Hold on a second, let me just track it down here. Yeah, the Fungible Resource Loss Report, which I do remember picking up, but apparently just assumed was a junk item. Let's have a look at this thing. A description of an incident that cost Steeltown money and personnel. Pay deduction request for personnel loss incident. Description of incident. Mechanic Orrin F. improperly applied force to a sealant tank valve, causing said valve to crack and spray line worker Florinda B. with sealant. Because of lack of commissary funds, Florinda B. was not wearing a regulation hazardous chemicals mask, and so perished from inhalation. Judgment. Orrin F. docked 2 weeks' pay for negligence. Well, that's awful. That's, no, that doesn't make sense. Florinda is Louise's wife, and we found that tape from her, specifically telling him she had some grand plan in motion and had not pulled an utter McKinley, which I assumed was a person we hadn't met yet, but apparently it's actually a reference to a famous cemetery out west in California, which, in context with this, actually makes me think that she may have faked her own death for some reason, and left that note to let him know she's not really dead? Huh. Well, we're headed up top anyway, so I'll just add Luis to the list of people we need to have a quick chat with. Hopefully she's not just dead, because if that's the case, I will be legitimately disappointed. Okay, first things first, we need to check in with Ollie. Make sure we didn't inadvertently break his side quest. I also see they removed the injured workers. That's a nice touch. Though, sadly, I could not find any way to treat Nurse Ferenzi's cold.
Greetings, fellow employees. Welcome to the Steeltown Job Placement Center. Welcome back.
Yo.
Great job handling those nuts. You really tightened them up.
Okay, you know exactly what you're doing.
Want to look for another job?
I don't see why not. What you got for us?
Let's look again, shall we? The cognition test will test how you respond to various audio, visual, and tactile stimuli. Please step into the stimulus chamber.
Sure. I will enter this orange torture box. You step into the stimulus chamber and a blurred montage of random images begins to flash past your eyes. Mundane and horrible, beautiful and gruesome, hilarious and sad. A question flashes on the screen. Who are you? Do not answer. Only think it. How about no? Tabulating. Test passed.
Congratulations! You tested positive for cognition. Let's go see what the computation engine has determined based on your results.
Well, gosh, thanks, Ollie. I do appreciate having my cognizance verified by an outside source. I always wondered. Impending existential crisis averted.
All right, let's see. Based on the results of your test, the computation engine thinks you're ideally suited to be a vocational counselor.
Okay, you know what? That one actually makes sense.
No, that position's actually filled. But we do actually have nut loosener.
Great. Thanks, Ollie.
This is a crucial job here in Steeltown, as there are many nuts, and some of them become too tight. You will be assigned a wrench. Records show there is a tight nut out near the elevator, which you must loosen.
I'm gonna stab you.
Good luck.
Okay, I think we know exactly where this is going. It's gonna be the same nut we just tightened.
This appears to be a tight nut in need of loosening.
Die. Inappropriate. Not that I'm complaining. Nut looks tight. Loosen it. The nut is now loose. A job well done. And I just realized the pun in that quest name. Oh my goodness. I hate everything. Except for Di. She's cute.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Great job handling those nuts. Way to loosen things up.
Shut up.
Want to look for another job?
Yes. Yes.
Let's look again, shall we? The firing range tests your twitch reflexes and decision-making capability. Please pick up a gun.
Any gun in particular, or just whatever gun I've got on me? I mean, you really want me to open up with my machine gun in here? Because I'll do it.
Okay, this one's easy. All you gotta do is shoot only the enemy. Ready? Here we go.
3 targets pop up. A factory worker, an administrator worker, and a robot. None of which I would really classify as enemies. All of those are valuable Steeltown assets. So, I don't shoot? Calculating results. Results calculated.
Oh, sorry. Time's up. Let's go see what the computation engine has determined based on your results. All right, let's see. Based on the results of your test, the computation engine thinks you're ideally suited to be a tape rewinder.
Sure.
Wait, I read that wrong. Actually, all we have is fire suppression expert.
There we go. Okay, so this is the Keith quest.
Oh, this is an important one. In a place with as many moving parts and flammable liquids as Steeltown, things are bound to catch fire occasionally. Our fire suppression experts do what they can to prevent fires and put them out when they do occur. Looks like Keith, our last fire suppression expert, never clocked out from his last shift in the factory. Find him as soon as you can and replace him. He wasn't approved for overtime. Good luck.
And of course, we've already taken care of that, so hopefully we should be able to turn it in by just talking to Ollie again.
Welcome back.
Yep.
It says here fire was successfully suppressed, for a while at least. Also, more importantly, Keith has finally clocked out. What a relief.
Nice. Okay.
Here's your fire suppressor bonus. Want to look for another job?
You know what, Ollie? As much as I appreciate the offer, I'm going to take a rain check on that. From what I've been told, he just starts running you in circles after this. The key thing is the reward for the quest. Besides, we're Team November. We don't have time for nuts.
Super! I'll be here when you are ready for an exciting career in, well, whatever the computation engine deems you capable of doing. Come back soon.
I will not. You're a weirdo, Ollie. I'm never talking to you again.
Just stare into it and tell me what you see.
A rinse cycle! That's what I see!
Interesting. Have we tried this door?
How about now? What do you see?
Oh god! Is that a goat in lingerie?
Do you want it to be?
Well, goats are horny.
Excuse me, but if you are new employees, all paperwork will be
How about
processed in
now?
the usual time.
What do you see?
I see my puppy! From when I was oh god! A spot! No!
How many waste worms did you count?
That guy's giving me kind of an Egon Spengler vibe.
Welcome to Steeltown HR document processing. How can I help? Wait, you're not employees, are you?
What gave it away? The 8 glowing eyes, the chitinous frame, the combat clown breathing on your neck? Don't worry. Desert Rangers, here at the Patriarch's behest.
Oh, freelancers have to file invoices through accounting, not HR. Is there something else I can do for you?
I don't know. I guess that really comes down to what you do here.
Well, this is Steeltown HR document processing, so I process Steeltown HR documents.
No. I guess you are completely useless to us at this time. Though, of course, the simple fact that they gave him his own interactive dialogue trade does indicate he will play some role at some point. We'll keep that in mind.
Have a nice shift.
You as well, fellow employee.
I'm not sure you are authorized to take that. Let me look for your paperwork.
That's fine, I don't want it. Oh, hey, Dream Harvester. This must be BF's EEG hood prototype. Cables connected to a computer on one end, and a strange helmet on the other. Lights and small screens show that it's functioning, but erratically. A biometric governor is attached to an exposed circuit. We'll take that. The governor pops out of its socket with ease. All of the meters on the machine instantly ramp down. Fantastic. We'll hand these off to Enrico once we're done with Markham.
Are you absolutely sure you're authorized to do that?
Calm down, Hayes. I'm just looking.
You did say the computation engine authorized this, correct?
I don't know. It didn't not authorize it. Nothing worth taking anyway.
How about now? What do you say?
Something? No, it's gone. Nothing.
Interesting. That should have been your hopes and dreams.
They had way too much fun with this.
How about now? What do you say?
Is that you? Wait, are you?
Sorry. Please ignore that.
Miss Bianchi?
Oh, you're back! You should probably start heading down to the factory to deal with those dreadful workers. But if you want to take a placement test, it'll only take a minute or so.
So, Miss Bianchi, you're in charge of job placement. You.
That and other things. Basically, I take care of anything Abby doesn't want to be bothered with. Administration, HR, paperwork, payroll, those kinds of things.
You shouldn't call the administrator Abby. You should call her Administrator.
Shut it, you!
Whoa, no, that is a party hat. Let's keep it classy.
Now, where were we?
Oh, you know, getting me demonetized. So, how'd you get this job?
Are you saying I don't deserve it? Well, the computational engine said different. They said I was perfect for it, okay?
Uh-huh.
I like to think it's because I'm not easily upset.
Sure, you're the epitome of Zen. Well, given that you are clearly calm and collected, perhaps this is a good time for us to discuss that mysterious shipment we found on Carla's truck.
Oh, yes, I remember. What did she want to ask about?
Oh, you know, nothing too serious. We just found an errant warbot on the back of her truck, along with an incriminating letter. As agents of the Patriarch, we thought it best if we opened an official investigation.
Investigate? You don't think it was just a mistake? Or, can I see the note? Remember, Jay, 60-40 means 60 for me, 40 for you. XOXOB. Wait a minute. I found a note on the floor the other day that seems connected. Look at this. Hey, B, when is that ITL chick making the run? Freezing our asses off out here and no show. Who knew hijacking was so much work? XOXOJ. Looks like this B was setting Carla up to get robbed by J. Now who could it be?
Yes, that is the question. Who could this B possibly be, Miss Benny Bianchi? It is a mystery. Ooh, level up. Glancing at Benny's desk, you see that the writing in her day planner matches writing in the note from B to J. I see. So clearly whoever filled out this day planner and then planted it on Miss Bianchi's desk must be the true culprit. It's all coming together.
It must be Bernice, my assistant. Oh no, how could she? Listen, we have to get this cleared up right away. Get a confession out of her and I'll send you to Abby with the evidence.
Of course. And as we know, she's the only one in the office whose name starts with a B. Or is she? How do you spell your name, Miss Bianchi?
Oh, but I wouldn't do a thing like this. This is straight up robbery. I love this company. It has to be Bernice. Go make her confess.
Well, I'm convinced. This Bernice must be a bad egg, arranging to have war bots fall off the back of trucks and into the hands of raiders. Oh, but there is just one other thing. Is Bernice the one who fills out your day planner? Because I can't help but notice the handwriting there seems to match the handwriting in this note we found.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never. Never. Okay, I did it. But my boyfriend Jay forced me to do it. You don't know what he's like. Listen, what if I get that crate back from Carla and we forget the whole thing? I'll make it worth your while. Or no. Carla might still say something. We need a patsy. Oh, I got it. Pin it on Bernice. Make her confess. I'll pay you double for that.
Ah, so pretty much the exact same thing you just tried to trick us into doing, only now you're offering to pay us for it. Which I do appreciate. That is at least a slightly more appealing offer. But still no. Where are you getting all this money anyway?
Oh, I'll just borrow it from payroll like always. What do you say?
Right. You know, Miss Bianchi, I can't help but think you may not have been the best choice to head up the HR department. Ooh. I wonder if we can strong armor for those rewards, but still turn her in. I would like that fireball rifle schematic. Tell you what, Miss Bianchi, we've got Markham's ear. Why don't you just hand over that reward you offered, and we'll see if we can smooth things over with her. No need to get Bernice involved.
Okay, fine. Here, I'll deal with the rest of it. Just tell Carla I'll send someone to collect the warbot as soon as I can.
Well, I might end up regretting that. We did get the schematic, but it also closed out the quest, so that might block us from turning her in. Let me have a look at this new recipe, then we'll go have a chat with Miss Markham. Crafting interface. Select an item from the list, then use the Craft Item button or press Return to create it. All items require scrap to craft, and more specialized items may also require additional components or skills, such as weapon modding or first aid. As you increase your skills and explore the world, you'll unlock new crafting recipes. Neat. Though I suppose in our case will be inherently limited, since this is a legacy campaign. We've missed all the special recipes we would have unlocked throughout the normal campaign. We'll just get the ones that are in the DLCs. Plus the generic skill-based ones. Ooh, that looks to be a straight upgrade on normal frag grenades. I might have to go ahead and upgrade our stash. I'll have a closer look at that later. Deployables too, okay. Though in this case we're much more limited because they require actual crafting ingredients. Which, sadly, we have long since sold, because they used to be marked as junk items. Oof. And the Steeltown recipes require an absurd amount of tellurium steel. Though, I mean, if it gives us level-scaled endgame gear, then it might be worth it. Alright. There are actually a fair number of things here I might want to look into crafting, but let's back off on that for now. I'll give it a closer look between episodes, and for now, let's just keep things moving. We'll go have a chat with Miss Markham. I think it's about due. Bernice?
No, please, no!
Good luck with that. I think she's reacting like we were still planning on framing her, which is not a good sign. Okay, so Markham, Lazar, and Enrico. Miss Markham?
Have you resolved the situation in the factory?
We have indeed. Turns out it was your man Ludlow who was the real problem. It's been resolved.
This just confirms my suspicions. The computation engine highlighted Ludlow as a peacemaker and negotiator. Something's definitely gone wrong with it.
Huh.
So the workers are back to work?
You could say that. They are back to work, but their spokesman, Saline Crow, expects you to make a few improvements as per her demands.
Fine, I'll talk to her. Just as soon as we start getting things out the door again. You've done good work. Let me pay you for it. But don't go anywhere. I have another job for you.
Wow, I am genuinely and pleasantly surprised. I did not expect Miss Markham to be so reasonable. I really thought she'd be more upset that we ousted Ludlow and essentially allowed the workers to unionize like that. That is unexpected.
Before I handed the creation of the computation engine over to Dai, it was the project of my partner Blue. Sadly, Blue and I had a little falling out over design decisions, and now he's my ex-partner.
Ah, and there's our mysterious Blue. Turns out he's apparently the co-creator of the computation engine.
Anyhow, when he left, he stole a gizmo called the synaptic degausser, which is the only tool that can fix the engine without me having to redesign it from the ground up. And there's no way that's happening before the gangs get here.
Interesting. The synaptic degausser makes it sound more like we're dealing with a brain than a computer. I'm not sure I like the direction this is moving in.
So get me back the degausser, and you get another paycheck. Oh, and you better take Di with you again. She knows what the damn thing looks like.
Sure, why not? I can't see how that could possibly go sideways on us. Miss Markham, before we get too sidetracked, there is one other thing I needed to bring up with you. Turns out one of your employees arranged to have a warbot fall off the back of a truck. And we did find this incriminating letter, which might point to the guilty party.
They tried to steal a warbot. Let me see that. Remember, Jay, 60-40 means 60 for me, 40 for you, XOXOB. Who the hell is B?
Oh, so we could still frame Bernice, but I think we'll pass on that. Well, Miss Bianchi, I'm no detective, but I would say the evidence is pointing towards one Miss Benny Bianchi. The name matches up, the writing matches up, she had the follow-up letter. Oh, and she confessed, threw her boyfriend under the bus, and tried to frame her assistant. I guess I probably should have led with that part.
I should have guessed. That girl's friendly demeanor is thinner than an onion skin. Here's a little something for catching this. Losing a warbot would have been serious business.
Nice. Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't fire Benny just yet. Until I get the CE fixed, she's the closest thing I've got to a facilities manager. Afterwards, however, I'll have her escorted from the building without a coat. Well done, Rangers.
Sure. I can see how having a lying, thieving murderer as your HR director is preferable to having none at all. That certainly tracks.
Now, what were we talking about?
You know what, Miss Markham? I feel like I have been unfair to you. I came into this with some general assumptions about who you are as a person, and you have pleasantly surprised me. Why don't we clear the air? You can tell me a bit about yourself, and I'll be better informed when harshly judging you in the future. Sound good?
Not a lot of time for questions. You've got to get the degausser before the gangs get here. But all right. Ask.
Well, I do appreciate that. So tell me, Miss Markham, where are you from?
I came here from the Motor City Combine, what folks used to call Detroit, back before it took an atomic ass-pounding during the war. Lots of craters after, lots of radiation. It had always been a tough city, It only got tougher. But it was an industrial city, too. We knew how to build, smelt, tool, mass produce. We turned scrap into trucks, guns, freezers, you name it, and got rich selling it from the lakes to the bayous. Could have been the biggest city in the Midwest. Could have been.
Oh yeah? What happened to it?
Greed happened. Greed and stupidity. The Buckeye Republic ordered 100 tanks and 1,000 guns from our biggest makers. All those fools could see were those pretty Buckeye bucks stacking up in their vaults. Weren't they surprised when those sod-kicking Puritans took delivery of all those tanks and guns and drove them right back up the Erie Shore to the MCC? Caught us flat. That war's still going on, I guess. I left before they got north of Flat Rock. Never looked back.
Interesting. Now that feels to me like a pretty blatant nod to some potential future content. Possibly Wasteland 4, assuming it does take us further east into the Kansas territories. Though Detroit's a bit farther east than that. But that would make sense. It might be safe to assume that the canon ending for Wasteland 3 will be, will at least partially involve Cordite taking the United gangs and heading back east, leaving Colorado be, but in doing so, creating an entirely new crisis that the Rangers would then be beholden to go help resolve. There's a lot of possibilities there. So, what did you do in the Combine?
What didn't I do? Started on the line in a truck plant and worked my way up to operations manager. Did every job in between, too. But what I really liked was automation and analytics. Pretty soon I got the idea to start something of my own. Walked out of that plant with Blue, who's a shit-hot engineer, and we set up a shop in the ruins. Started scavenging for old computers and robots. We just found Di and were having her bug fix a maintenance scheduling algorithm we were prototyping when those Buckeye bastards came rolling up the Detroit River. The three of us packed a truck and headed west, looking for a buyer. Old Saul was the first to make a serious offer.
And I guess that was the start of Steeltown, huh?
Saul gave me a lump of coal. I made a diamond out of it. His empire was growing fast, but his resources were lagging. He needed more vehicles, heating systems, radios, guns, all the things that make a civilization, right? He had some old duffer down here in Pueblo making trucks for him, by hand, one every 2 months. I told him I could make him 10 a month. He fired the duffer, put me in charge, and gave me carte blanche to experiment. It was fantastic.
I bet that old duffer she's referring to is probably the head of Iron Thunder Logistics. Joe? I want to say his mechanics actually mentioned he had hand-built his own truck. It would make sense. They still run shipments for the Patriarch. They just don't handle manufacturing now.
Using computer-assisted automation, I've been able to revive forgotten manufacturing processes and deliver products nobody's seen since the deluge. Steeltown is now a crucial part of Colorado's economy, and I'm its architect. That's why I need to find out why my computation engine is malfunctioning. I'm the one who built all this, and I still couldn't keep it running without that thing's help. And that would be bad, because if Steeltown fails, Colorado fails with it.
Well, this has been fascinating. Thank you, Miss Markham. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Oh, and I guess we're done. There were other options about Blue that apparently we missed. Shoot, that's not ideal.
So long.
Alright, let's try talking to her again.
Rangers, you have the synaptic degausser?
Well,
get going. You've got to get the degausser before the gangs get here. Slackers.
that's fine. I do keep redundant backup saves, so I'll go dig that info up between episodes, see if it was anything important. We'll review it next time around. For now, though, we'll just keep things moving.
Hey guys, good work cleaning up that mess in the factory. Markham says I can sell you stuff now, so R&D is open for business.
Nice. You mind if we ask a few questions first?
Go right ahead.
So what's your take on this whole thing with Miss Markham and her former partner? Blue?
Please, guys, she's right there.
So she is. Are you saying that would change your response? That's kind of telling.
All I know is Blue stole something from Steeltown on his way out the door, and his gang of ghosts continue stealing from us every chance they get.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of people around here remember Blue as a good guy, but in my book, actions like that make him nothing but a common crook.
So Blue is the leader of the Ghost Gang, which does reinforce the idea that that whole gang is made up of disgruntled former employees. Which also implies that the disruptor weapons will work on them. Though... Blizzar, are these disruptor doohickeys going to be any use when the gangs get here?
No. They work on people wearing Steeltown brand cybernetic controllers, so just our workers.
Right.
If the gangs get here, and I hope they don't, you'll have to use normal weapons to fight them, even the Scar Collectors. Their cybernetics are all random bargain basement crap and aren't compatible with ours.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So the disruptor weapons are essentially useless once we finish the Steeltown content, and even inside Steeltown, it's limited use. To be fair, I have actually enjoyed the non-lethal gimmick. I just wish it was better integrated into the overarching campaign, because there are a lot of other events throughout the game where it really would have been nice to have a non-lethal option. Rygo's Casino, for example. Though I do understand why they didn't do that. It would have required a whole lot more work to implement all that reactivity. I guess it would also run the risk of making players feel like they're pigeonholed into using non-lethal weapons for non-evil playthroughs, which would be less than ideal. Thanks, Laser.
My pleasure. Of course.
Yep, that looks about like what I was expecting. We've got a full set of disruptor gear. And a big stack of energy ammo, which might come in handy later. Oof, pricey. And schematics. Including elite variants of the disruptor weapons. That kind of baffles me. Why would you want to use an elite version, a legendary version, of weapons that'll be completely useless once you get outside this area? That feels like a really poor investment. We've also got that new energy thrower that Markham gave us, which, from the sound of it, likely has an alternate fire that lets you create those new energy shields on your allies. That's kind of neat. Oh boy. So Steeltown consumables also require tellurium steel. That is not great. Yeah, we'll just save that for weapons and stuff. Given that tellurium steel is apparently a finite resource. Enrico?
Got those biometric governors for me?
I do indeed. And now I don't because they are yours.
Great! Thank you, Rangers. But before I pay you, let's make sure Ivan and BF tank their presentations. You ready to watch some failure?
You say that like I ever stopped watching people fail. You see the people I surround myself with, right? But sure.
Fantastic. I'll get things going.
Greetings, Administrator. I will now present my project. It is titled EEG-Driven Sleep Productivity Inducer.
I'm ready.
The average admin worker spends 29.645% of each day unconscious. My EEG system reads their brainwaves during REM sleep and then stimulates feedback through minimally invasive neural electrodes. As a result, workers can collate data and execute basic clerical functions while dreaming.
Interesting. That could be extremely valuable. If it works.
To demonstrate, I will induce sleep in myself with anesthetic. Please observe the work terminal at my station.
Looks like BF needed a second biometric governor to avoid a seizure-inducing feedback loop. She's now in a vegetative state. Disappointing.
Oh, yes, disappointing.
Administrator Markham, I set out with one simple goal: change the world. And damn it, I did just that. Presenting the worker incentive system.
Get to it, Ivan.
Right. Yeah. As you know, we lose 3 man-weeks a day to meal breaks. What if instead, workers got their nutrition at their stations as a reward for meeting quotas? Drive 5 rivets, out pops a pellet. Weld a joint, out pops another.
Intriguing. Show me.
So you just strap on the feed bag, and when a goal is met, a little pellet is automatically dispensed for the worker to chow down on. Delicious. What? Another one? I'm not done with... Too many pellets! Stop it! Make it...
Ivan clearly needed a second biometric governor to prevent an exponentially accelerating dopamine reward feedback loop. Disappointing. What an unbelievable waste. Both projects failed, and we'll have to ramp up 2 new researchers. Enrico, get on that.
Yes, ma'am.
I am conflicted.
Wow. Talk about karma. Not only did BF and Ivan's projects crap the bed, they're out of the picture entirely.
Yeah, Enrico, I've got to say, this whole thing involved a lot more people dying than I was expecting. Are you happy with how this turned out?
I'm happy they didn't test those death traps on workers. And I'm happy a couple of cold-hearted assholes got a taste of their own medicine. So yeah, I guess happy covers it.
All right, fair enough. Bye.
So long.
I guess I'm really just more shocked than upset. That was, yeah, well, I mean, it is Wasteland, so I really should have seen that coming. So that's it then? You guys are just going to keep working with these corpses on your floor? Cool, cool. Though, I suppose technically BF is just in a vegetative state. Or she was. The constant crackling aura of electricity might imply otherwise at this point. I feel like we've done some real solid work today, Rangers. Let's go get some fresh air.
We rotate this display monthly. This month, we are highlighting the proud work of Factory Section 4, the Warbot. Not available for sale to private citizens.
Oh, okay. You know, that actually does allay some of my concerns about exactly where these warbots are going. Thanks, Si.
Rangers, you are not authorized to enter this utterly unremarkable area. Please step away.
Really now? Interesting. So we've got this whole corner here sealed up. That must be where the computation engine is. A small sign reads, "The Warbot is a shining example of Steeltown's skill and craftsmanship. You too can own one today. Financing available. Some restrictions apply. Please talk to an associate." Noted. I feel like we could use a few of those around Ranger HQ. The showroom Warbot control interface allows the user to make the Warbot move and talk, but there are also other setting options available. Ah, I see. On the one hand, I could certainly use more crafting ingredients, but on the other hand, I feel like that's the sort of thing that might negatively impact our reputation with Steeltown. So let's hold off on that for the moment. I may revisit that. You dig through the system menus and see the Warbot is designed to be a showroom piece. Specialized display protocols override its core programming. Alright. You log off and step away.
Another shining example of the products we produce here in our state-of-the-art facility.
Hi there, I'm Amos Ryan. Welcome to the armor stand. Here in Steeltown, we stand behind all the armor we make. Literally. We believe so strongly that our armor is the best in Colorado that I will literally let you take a gun and... Sorry. Look, I have to say this stuff. It's in the script. The employee manual requires me to offer a demo of our wares, and Steeltown bylaws make it legal for you to shoot me as a test of quality. But I'm wearing the floor model. Most of the armor padding and Kevlar have fallen off. It's basically just a plastic shell. So please, don't.
Amos, buddy, I'm not gonna shoot you, so just relax. I mean, maybe I will later, but who can speak of the future? I do have some questions, though, if you don't mind laying out a few bullet points for us.
Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot part of my sales pitch. I was supposed to say, you should buy our armor because the gangs are coming and you'll be dead if you don't.
We won't, but I don't fault you for trying to prey on our fears. It is a tried and true sales tactic. Speaking of gangs, though, which ones are headed this way?
The ones who follow Liberty. Supposedly, she sent them out to take Steeltown for everything it's got.
Gotta say, Amos, I was really hoping for a slightly more specific answer. You guys keep lumping all of the gangs together, but I feel like there is a very stark difference between fighting, say, the Scar Collectors versus the Payasos. Y'all have any insight into this whole thing between Miss Markham and her former chief engineer?
That was before my time. Supposedly he was a real nice guy, but I have no idea. Now, I guess he robs us as revenge for Markham firing him or something. Which, I mean, that's not cool. At least for Markham. But it's kinda cool.
Cool. Well, thanks, Amos. You have been very helpful.
Sure.
Alright, let's have a look at the gear you're toting.
Steeltown's finest.
Yep, looks to be about what I was expecting. All 4 of Steeltown's unique elemental sets. Most of which are unfortunately a step down from our current gear, but let's go ahead and fill out our grounded set. I might slap that on Lucia. Ma'am?
Hey, cats. I'm Serena Ash, your one-stop shop for deployables, pick-me-ups, and other useful sundries. What do you need?
Well, I was hoping for more info, but I guess they forgot to include that option. So I'll just have a look at your inventory.
You got it, cats.
Ooh, now this is stuff I wouldn't mind loading up on. Let's pass on the ice spikes. I almost never use those things anyway. I feel like Wasteland 3 is one of those games where you're generally better off just trying to kill your opponents, as opposed to wasting time and resources trying to inconvenience them. And that's your sales quota for the week. You're welcome. I figured we'd grab all the mods she had on offer, since we can now use the crafting system to actually upgrade them. I'll poke at that off-screen. Now we've got one more vendor, right? Yeah, there we go. Wink Tillman. Good name. We'll chat this guy up, then we'll head outside.
Howdy, pals. Wink Tillman's the name, construction tools is the game. And I've got a few that'll make your eyes pop. Now, I can hear you asking yourselves, what would a squad of top-grade professional soldiers such as us want with construction tools? Well, let me tell you, amigos, but don't tell the boss I told you. A rivet gun isn't just for putting things together. It can also take things, and people, apart, as can a pneumatic gauntlet or a furnace lighter. Now, I'm not saying you should use them like that. I'm just saying you could. So, have a look at my selection and let your imaginations run wild.
I immediately like this guy. Hey, Wink, mind if we ask a few questions?
Sure you can, champs. What's on your mind?
You worried about those gangs that are apparently headed this way?
Me? Worried about ravening hordes? Are you kidding, pals? I work in a gun store. Tool store. But same difference. Those gangs get here, they'll get a face full of hot rivets from me. And you too, if you want to check out the merchandise.
Please don't fill my face with hot rivets. So what's your take on this Blue Man group, the Ghost Gang? Guy running it used to be Markham's chief engineer, right?
Insight's above my pay grade, amigos. All I can say is, he was a nice guy when he was here, but supposedly he stole company property on his way out. So, I guess he wasn't so nice after all.
Very diplomatic. Thank you, Wink. So, how's working for Markham?
She's the best, pals. The best. And if you thought I was going to say anything else, then you don't know Wink Tillman.
Right. Yeah, that tracks. Gotta say, Wink, you are quite the PR guy. Very impressive.
No, I just love this company, pals. Love it.
Sure, Wink. Sure. Alright, let's see what you got.
You bet, pals. You bet.
Nothing particularly notable. I think we've seen all this stuff already. Though it is a good source of ammo, I suppose. And we will take those grenades, since we can upgrade those. I'll also say, I really like Wink. I feel like they could have given him a faster patter, a more energetic delivery, just to really hit that 20th century salesman feel. But he does actually remind me of a few of the folks I used to work with back in my customer service and retail days, which was quite a while ago. Can't say I miss it. At any rate, let's pop outside and break some bad news. I'll admit I've been putting this off, kind of dreading the reception it's going to get.
Don't worry if you failed your test today. Tomorrow is another day.
Rangers?
Luis?
Any word on what's going on inside the factory?
Yeah, there was a situation, a strike, but it has been resolved.
Yeah? Resolved how?
Well, we removed the guy who was a problem, and now Miss Markham is negotiating with the workers. So, hopefully it'll work out.
That sounds promising. But are we gonna see our loved ones again soon?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, but, yes, that is the hope, but there are some other issues we still have to work out.
Thanks for letting us know. Hope you sort it all out soon. So long now.
Oh, shoot. Should we... Yeah, no, we have to tell him.
Rangers? Anything else?
Hey, Luis, about your wife, Florinda. I've got a bit of an update there.
What? Wait. Let me see that. She died because she couldn't afford to pay for a gas mask? Since when do factory workers have to pay for their own safety equipment? This is... Oh, God damn it! Florinda! I never should have brought you here! God damn it! God damn it! I'm sorry, Rangers. I can't talk right now.
I don't like that it didn't give us an immediate option to also hand over that tape. That feels like a pretty big oversight. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure what to think of this Florinda and Luis thing. Because in retrospect, the tape she left Luis does appear to be a specific reassurance that she's not actually dead, that she has some grand scheme in the works.
Celine's got our back. Just you wait and see. She's gonna take care of us.
Maybe we can find the other guy mentioned in that report. Also, we appear to have gained 2 levels, one on Doll and one on Longway. Nice. I'll add those to our post-episode bookkeeping.
Celine better not screw us over.
But for now, let's go have words with Newt. Oh boy, I am not looking forward to this.
Hey, Rangers. You haven't seen my mom, Ellen, have you?
Yeah, about that. We could lie to her. Though that's just sending her to Colorado Springs, where the Rangers are HQ'd. I'm not... No, we should really be straight shooters here. Newt, I hate to say it, but, it was too late. Your mother didn't make it.
Oh, no, please, Thank you for telling me, Rangers. No reason for me to stick around here anymore.
Sorry, kiddo. I don't suppose I could help you with anything?
Just gonna take a few to collect myself. Then, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go.
Okay, so I can't give her money or suggest what she should do, or... Alright, fine, whatever. Wasteland 3. Carla?
Thanks again for sorting out the crate, Rangers. Still waiting for someone to pick it up, though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't hold my breath.
Sure, have a look.
Yeah, okay. I was really hoping that would trigger something new.
Hi again. Have you found Nova yet?
I don't know, Bug. Who the hell is Nova? Is that your girlfriend? Because you neglected to give us a name last time around. I feel like that's an important detail you probably should have mentioned.
Well, she's kind of tough looking, but smart. You'll know her when you see her.
So he's definitely not looking for Luna.
So they better not screw us over.
Alfonso?
Think spread the word, man. There's no such thing as children.
Yep, that sounds about right. Okay, let's round things out with one quick firefight. Oh, wait. These guys aren't marked as hostile anymore. Shoot, okay. I really thought we had a fight waiting for us here, but this is something else entirely. Disruptor's locked and loaded. Let's see what's going on here.
Let me pop this hatch and see what Hero has for us today. Shit! Those Rangers again. Come on. Thanks, Hero.
Thank you, team members.
Huh. So that's a no on the gunfight then.
Scrapyard, have a nice day. How can I help you, Steeltown team member?
Hey, Hero, why'd you let the Ghost Gang through? Are they Steeltown employees?
You must be a past employee of Steeltown to enter the scrapyard. They entered the scrapyard, therefore they must be employees of Steeltown.
Of course. How silly of me. I should have seen it. What exactly is in the scrapyard?
All objects, materials, and technology found in the scrapyard are property of Steeltown.
Thank you, Hero. Very helpful. Longway, you want to maybe take over before I just light this thing on fire? Serial number Hero IT code KPT maintenance shutdown subroutine. Start.
Command acknowledged. Entering maintenance shutdown.
Check permissions. As you might expect, the list includes current Steeltown ID holders. Oddly, it also includes former Steeltown ID holders too. Which does essentially verify my theory that the Ghost Gang is made up of disgruntled former employees. That is good to know, especially since it means our disruptor weapons will work on them. Under the usual guard, protect, and patrol subroutines, you find some janky code that looks like it's commanding Hero to collect valuable junk while traveling his patrol path and store it in his torso. It would require some real technical know-how to remove the right rivets and grab the gear without dislodging the bot's power core. Interesting. Longway, you want to have a peek for us? Jackpot. So just a minor loot. Though the tellurium steel is nice. That is 1/10 of an elite weapon.
Command acknowledged. Resuming duties.
I do wonder, though, if Hero will continue gathering additional materials over time. I'll have to look into that. It certainly would be nice to have a renewable source of tellurium steel.
Have a nice day.
Alright, folks, we're past the hour mark, and while I was hoping to work in one quick fight, I think it's best if we save the scrapyard for next time. That man is a bear. Why is... No, that is for next time. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'm gonna go make another run through those vendors, do a little crafting and upgrading, and see if we can fine-tune our loadouts, and we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, The Battle of Steeltown, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
Are you saying I don't deserve it?